be a little more centered with this. Hi, I'm Sochi. I created this channel like 3 years ago, maybe more than that. Um, and I originally did it to do like a little, it was supposed to be like a dream experiment type of, how can I describe this to you guys? I'm doing this video unplanned because the first video that I made, I was talking way too much and I told a little too much of my business in the first one. So I did not use that video. And then on the second one, everything was fine. Everything was fine. At least I thought everything was fine until I fucking I post the video and I think that everything is cool, we're good, everything is fine. And then I I go ahead and I watch the video back because somebody had commented on it and I was like, okay, let me watch the video through all the way. It was fine when I watched it through and I was done editing. It was fine when I watched it through after it was done exporting and then I uploaded it. And then one of the clips repeated and the sound was not where it was supposed to be. So I I just took it down. It was only 6 views anyways. I was like, okay, it's fine. We can take it down. Um, so maybe now that I messed up with that part, we can fix this. We can possibly have something a little bit better. I was also very crusty in that video. I did not have on lashes. And I kind of just like sat there as I went on and on about like I think I introduced my stuffed animals to you guys. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore anyways. But yeah, I do plan on redoing the dream experiment project that I was working on. Um of course I did that like 3 years ago and it was kind of just I was just editing clips together and editing pictures together and then just posting it. There wasn't really like a lot of direction in the things that I was doing when I posted when I posted those videos. So I'm not just gonna delete them. They're of course something that I spent my time on and something that I put a lot of effort into, even though lots of them are short and lots of them just have it's more of like a sound thing. Um I I just have like really I don't know how to explain this to you guys. Me and my hearing is weird, and by weird, I mean if it's completely silent somewhere, I my ears will just like play tricks on me. So I kind of made it like that, where I was just kind of splicing sounds together over the different clips and the different pictures so that it kind of made something like how I experience the world. Um, just having these random sounds that will pop up out of nowhere or hearing somebody walk around you and you know that you're alone. So that's typically what I was trying to do with the whole sound design. Um, I know it's kind of loud, and by kind of I mean like a lot, it's very loud, but that was pretty much just my whole thought process with this. Um, I do want to do videos like this more, sometimes at least. Um, as long as this doesn't blow up and people who know me in real life start being like, oh my gosh, hey, I saw your channel. I will delete everything if anybody in my real life finds this channel. Um, but anyways, like I said, I posted that video and I took it down within 2 hours after I had like noticed it. But like at first I commented and I was like, hey, I did notice it. And I was like, I could just always try again. Because I did feel like that video, even though it wasn't as all over the place as my first one, it was definitely way too fucking long. Had a horrible time editing it. I edit on my phone, I record on my phone. edited and recorded, not recorded, I edited all of my old videos on my phone also. So every time that there's something wrong, I'm just like, come on, come on, come on. I'm just going to kind of just ramble on, kind of like how I did in the last two fucking videos. And I'm just saying that I'm going to ramble on because I'm already almost 10 minutes into recording this and I've done nothing but talk and go to blow my nose. We got to figure something out, okay? I'm going to ramble. I'm probably going to eat something while I'm doing this because I have not eaten yet. Don't mind me. Is it almost is it almost 2:30 in the afternoon and I still have not eaten? Yeah. Yeah. Do I want to get a chair? There we go. I think this will be okay. I'm kind of cold. Oh, I popped my head. Ooh. I don't know what I'm going to do with the videos as they stand now, but I know that I do want to at least like redo it with a little more direction and a little more thought instead of just putting everything together and just throwing it out there like how I originally did. So maybe if like now that I have some type of creative mind for it, it might actually help. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna redo it. Just gonna redo it. We're not gonna go too deep into it. Just redo it. Um, but in my other video, I did introduce myself. I'm Sochi. I'm 20. I have I have a bunny. Her name is Mochi. I call her Momo. I'm gonna rename her Muffin because she responds to Muffin now because I called her it a little too much. Whatever. I like anime, One Piece, Demon Slayer, Solo Leveling, Jujutsu Kaisen, Black Lagoon, Monster, Death Note. Like, I don't particularly have like one type of anime that I like over another. I like fashion. I like to dress up. I'm kind of in pajamas right now, but I'm kind of I'm wearing the same pants that I wore yesterday. I was not in the mood to change them. I they were pajamas anyways, but I just put them right back on. I don't care. Anyways, um, I do like draw and paint and stuff like that, and you might, if I do more videos like this, you'll probably see it like on my walls. It's over like that way because you can definitely see that, and I'm not turning the camera because if I turn it from this, you're gonna see just how cluttered everything is. No, you don't want to see that. This lighting making me look weird. This is the same thing I did yesterday. I'm like, is the lighting bad? Is that the problem? Or do I just need to nah, because that's too bright. You got me looking crazy. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I like pomegranates. I like anything pomegranate scented, anything pomegranate flavored. I love pomegranates. I like butterflies also. Oftentimes people will see me with like I have this one butterfly clip and it's like really big, and I always like wear that in my hair whenever I go out. So most people know me as like the girl with the butterfly clip, especially at work, and that's what people called me. Back at my old job, that's what people called me. I'm like, oh yeah, the girl with the butterfly clip. That's how they know it's me. I actually have like a butterfly dress. I think I'll include like just pictures of different outfits that I've worn. Um, I love Hello Kitty, love Sanrio. You could see the Hello Kitty clock. You could see the Hello Kitty. Why is my hand like that? You can see the Hello Kitty laundry basket. I have tons of Hello Kitty shit all over the place. Um, I wouldn't really be able to tell you what my style is overall because one day you'll see me wearing something like this, and then the other days you'll see me wearing something completely different. Some days I look like I sell potions in an RPG, other days I look homeless. Um, besides the point. What can I tell you about myself? I love music. I listen to music almost all of the time. Anytime you see me, I'm probably wearing headphones because I really only ever just kind of listen to music and as I'm going about my day. Anyways, um yeah, I'm always listening to some type of music. It's very silent in here, so I'm kind of all over the place again, but I've covered a lot more in 15 minutes than I've covered in 15 minutes in the last two videos that I recorded because of just how much I was all over the place. And it may just because like I'm very annoyed right now because of how bad that video was. That may be why I'm just like, this is what I'm trying to say. This is what I mean by that. Don't argue with me. That may be like why I'm so annoyed. And I'm a little more, not even a little more focused. I'm the same as I am all the time. Um, I'm not a big gamer, but like I do play games every once in a while. I have a Switch and I used to play Animal Crossing, but I could not, it was not one of those like games that caught my attention. So I play it every once in a while, but most of the time my younger siblings play it whenever they come over. And the other game I have is Luigi's Mansion 3. Um, I started playing it when I first got it, and then I got irked that I couldn't figure it out by myself, so I stopped playing for like 2 months straight. And then I got back into it, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna look up a walkthrough anytime I get lost. And that's just how I'm gonna play the game. I want to learn how to play more games, but I don't have the attention span to sit down and just play games. Speaking of attention span, that's also kind of why I stopped posting the type of content that I was posting, and I just stopped posting entirely. Like, I had so much going on at the time. 3 years ago, 3 to 4 years ago, I was like 17, 18, and I wasn't in like the best of situations at the time. Um, I was definitely all over the place. I was definitely just not in the right headspace. And I decided to kind of just take a step back and kind of just focus on me to the point where I didn't forget it. It always popped up in my head every once in a while, but like I just didn't want to pick it back up. And I finally just decided to sit down and talk to a camera and see if this gets the creative juices flowing or some shit like that. I don't know. Who knows? Like I said, I wasn't really in like the best headspace when I was making those videos, and it really did kind of mess with my drive to make more and to kind of hone in on my own craft, I guess. But I'm hoping that doing something like this and just kind of putting myself out there a little bit more will get that artistic flow going. I'm not 100% sure just yet. Um, I want to talk of like not being in the good, like being in the best headspace. Um, I I don't really know. I know a lot of people say this, and I don't want to be one of those people who's like, oh my gosh, I don't have friends. But a little history about me. I dropped out in middle school. I was in eighth grade. I was taking ninth grade classes, so I basically dropped out in high school, but it was in middle school that I went to. And I was homeschooled all through high school. I was homeschooled all through COVID. Once again, homeschooled. Um, and I never was able to put myself kind of out there after that. So I got used to being alone for a very long time, and I don't have any advice for anybody who is alone out there or doesn't have a lot of friends or anything like that. Um, I'm a grown adult, and if I want to go out and make friends, I have the ability to, and I never really found anybody who kind of stuck around longer than a couple months or a couple years, and then they just kind of we just stopped talking to each other. So it that most definitely didn't help with me not being in the best headspace. It didn't make anything better. It didn't. Um, but yeah, I've been alone for a very long time. I don't really have a lot of friends, and a lot of time I do spend my time alone. Um, funny, funny story. Not very funny story. It's a funny story, but I I had a job up until like 2 fucking months ago, and I quit thinking that everything was going to be okay, and I had something else lined up just for me to bomb the entire interview and for everything after that to just turn to shit. So I have nothing I have nothing else to do. I figured let me just try something different. Just something different. And if this goes well, this goes well, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. The first one did not go well at all. The second one did not go well at all. But hopefully this one is a lot more concise. This one's a lot more, I hope, shorter once I get through editing this because it was so long to edit. It took me 2 days to edit. Um, Pissed me off the entire time. I was so annoyed with everything that went along with me editing that video. Hopefully I don't have the same problems here. I'm going to try to see if like it's just something that I did because I I didn't used to edit in CapCut. I edited with like a really crappy it's like a really crappy editing software that I found off the App Store. So I was like, okay, well let me fucking try this shit. And more people use this than anything else. So I'll try, see what's good with it. And I beefed it. I beefed it. I beefed that first fucking video. So anyways, yeah, I I don't really do much outside of kind of being at home. And even when I was working, I just went to work and went home. I It's whatever. It's whatever. Um, I just being alone for a very long time puts you in like a different headspace than most people, and you slowly start to crave being alone whenever you are alone, and then you get back into talking to people and meeting people. It's always it's always that way for me, and I'm starting to think that I'm the problem. Well, I know that I'm the problem. I'm the problem with most of the things that go wrong in my life. I just have a tendency to ruin everything that I touch. So hopefully I don't ruin this. Hopefully it's not 100% and totally already ruined by that, like, what, 2, 3 year long hiatus of sorts. I I don't have any advice for anybody going through the same thing as me. Oftentimes, whenever I talk to people about like the things that I've gone through in my life, they're like, you should start a YouTube channel. You should talk about this. Like people need to hear your voice. Most of you are not even actually going to like sit here and listen to anything that I'm saying. None of you are actually, none of you guys' attention spans is long enough to sit here and actually watch throughout this entire video unless I have fucking Subway Surfers right here playing for you so that you could look at this while I ramble on about a bunch of stuff you don't care about. Um, but yeah, I like my mom was like, you should talk about it. You should talk about this. You should talk about that. Especially when I go into ramblings about like the random shit that I watch on the internet. Um, if any of you care, I might make a video like reacting or some shit like that to the weird shit that I see on the internet and the weird shit that I'm into on the internet. Let me stop sitting like a shrimp. Hold on. I promise I'm gonna leave it there. While I'm doing this, and so I have something to keep my hands busy, I'm going to put my nails back on. I took them off this morning so that I could clean my house. Um, it's not all the way clean, but my front of house is absolutely, so we're good. That nobody's allowed in my room anyways. We're good. We're good. That's okay. The cookout not gonna be in my room. We're good. But anyways, um, one of my one of my only friend, whenever I talk to him, he's always like, somebody needs to hear this. Somebody needs to hear it. Somebody is going through the same things as you, and it might be beneficial to them to hear it from somebody going through the same stuff and blah 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 blah. Let me go get something real quick. Oh my gosh. So out of it. Jeez. My friend always says that like people should hear the things that I've been through and blah 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 blah. He's one of my only friends, but you know, sometimes things happen between people and I think oh my gosh, and I'm hot. Oh god. It was cold 2 seconds ago. Anyways, but yeah, my only friend, he always says that like people should hear what I've been through. People should hear the experiences that I had. And maybe some people will feel a little less alone if they hear something from somebody that is going through it with them. But in reality, I have very little advice to give anybody about not having friends. If anything, I would just say, do you really want them? Especially with in this day and age, with friends like you guys, who needs enemies? That's the thing, though. When it comes to like not having friends, it's to other people, it's so shocking and oh my gosh, like you're so young, you should be out doing this and you should be out doing that, blah 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 blah. But in reality, I don't enjoy people's company. My friend, I enjoy his company sometimes, but it's like that in between that kind of matters to me, to where like, okay, we're only cool when we see each other. We only speak when we see each other. I don't want friends that I've made out of convenience. I don't like being friends with people just because we're in the same vicinity as each other. You can like it puts a little too much pressure to kind of hold the relationship together after you guys kind of stop going to the same places. And I don't know what it is about me that I just can't get through to anybody after a while because it's we haven't spoken in so long. We haven't done this in so long and we only used to really speak to each other when we were around each other. Besides the point. Besides the point. But yeah, do you really want friends? Is the real question. Like, I don't really, I don't really enjoy a lot of things, and I think that I'm just annoying when it comes to certain stuff. When me not wanting to do certain things, but in reality, it's me. it's always kind of me. Another reason that I just don't have friends is I'm also just not a very good person. At least I don't perceive myself to be a good person. Um, I don't know how to explain it to anybody without people kind of arguing a concept that I just don't care about. But I often feel like I'm kind of just always the problem, and I always tend to be the problem. I don't have friends because I don't like reaching out to people, and I don't like people feeling like I'm a burden to them, or that like I just, some people don't like people who are on all over them all the time, and that's kind of, and well, like I'm not 100% clingy, at least not to like my friends, unless I really really like you. I'm not just going to be like clingy with you. That, and in this day and age, most people are only friends to look like they have friends, and I'm not going out with anybody because you think that I make you look prettier, because I'm not as pretty, nor I don't want to only come out whenever it's time for somebody to pay for something, and that's my only job. No, no, thank you. The closest thing to advice that I could give anybody who doesn't have friends and doesn't know how to navigate it is to just get comfortable with yourself, first of all, because once you're comfortable with yourself, it puts you in a position to be able to kind of process other people better, because you kind of know certain things don't sit well with you. Like when I went from being alone for years to suddenly having like a bunch of people around me, and working and having coworkers who wanted to do this and wanted to do that. And one of the first things that I noticed after being alone for so long was that I just didn't want to be around certain types of people. There was just certain types of people that I'm just like, I'd rather be alone than have you in my life. And maybe that's just the way that we should think about it. If you don't have any friends, or if you only have a few friends, or maybe you have friends but you just don't feel like you're close to them at all, you like they of course have other friends that they like more than you, just think of it like that. Being to yourself kind of puts a spotlight on other people's behaviors, and the types of behavior that you don't like from other people makes it just a little bit easier to kind of process everything. um, I'm also like a very sentimental person, so I don't like it whenever I tell people things that I'm into, and then like we end up like not working out, or we end up stopping friends, and then I feel like I can't do the things that I used to do because you have this kind of like, and this may be just me giving people a little too much control in my life, but I don't like it whenever me and somebody doesn't work out, and then like every time I listen to a song, I just I don't I can't listen to it because it reminds me of just how much either you fucked me over, or how much I messed up in the friendship or the relationship, whatever. Sometimes I always feel like I'm the problem, and it may just be like an insecurity thing, or maybe an anxiety thing, but I always feel like I'm the problem, and I may just be a little too self-aware for my own good. I may just be a little too anxious for my own good. I may actually have to start looking into different types of medication and things like that. But I'm also one of those people where like if you kind of, like I said, I'm a sentimental person, and if something are someone I associate them with like a negative feeling, I just don't do the stuff I used to do. Um, and I'm pretty sure that's just an anxiety thing, but like there was at some point I also have like a very big fear of embarrassment. This one time I embarrassed myself at the store across the street from my house, and I purposefully started taking 15 to 20-minute walks to the Family Dollar because I felt like I just embarrassed myself so bad. Then they got a new cashier, and I was like, okay, I can go in there now. He doesn't know of the things that I've done. But yeah, I always kind of feel like I'm the problem in every situation. Um, like I said, I don't know any advice to give any of you guys about anything like that, but I definitely do just always feel like a bad person, and that really did, especially at the time, it influenced my decisions to just kind of stop recording, or not recording, stop posting a lot of the things that I was posting on this channel. Um, but yeah, I've been through a lot in these past couple years. This past decade of my life has been horrible, and I don't know what to tell any of you. I don't know what advice to give you. I don't know what advice you might want. I don't even know if you actually even care. Most of you won't even make it to this part in the video, and if you did, hi. Hi. My nails, I put them back on. You can actually see them this time, because in the last video, my hand was all the way fucking over here. Stupid. Like, but yeah, here's my nails, my thumbs, yeah. Um, little tiny little tidbit. If you buy like really good press-ons and you get a really good nail glue, you'll be perfectly fine. And the difference between regular nails and press-ons is when I get tired of these, I can just pop these off. Or if like I said, I took these off so that I could clean my house. Like these are a little too long for me to do like the dishes with. So since they're press-ons, I could just pop them off and then put them back on. I like stuff like that. Stuff I don't really I just have commitment issues, I bet. That's probably what it is. In the words of Chase Atlantic, she's so good at walking out because her dad did. Yeah. I'm going to redo the series that I was doing. And somebody had commented it a while back when I was still posting that it looked like a dream experiment. And yes, yeah. But what's going on? Who's doing it? Why are they doing it? What is this experiment for? You guys will just have to wait for that. I do plan on redoing it. With the last video that I posted, somebody was very upset that I had posted a video of me kind of just like talking. They said they didn't watch the video all the way through. So I was just like, well, yeah, you did watch it all the way through. You didn't watch all the way through. I did kind of like ramble on about how like I didn't know what I wanted to do with the videos as they stand, and I still don't know. I think I might leave them up and then just put them inside of a playlist of just like these are like I don't know, like a prototype or a demo or what is it called? It was the first attempt from so many years ago. But yeah, I do plan on redoing it. I plan on doing a lot more random stuff too. Um, just so I can most definitely keep up with myself and keep up with the kind of like grind that I want to have. Um, I don't plan on being a full-time content creator or anything like that. So I don't I don't care to be a content creator. I don't care to be famous. I don't care for any of that stuff. Um, Not only that, but like I'm not a good person by any means. I'm a very fucked up person, and I know that most of the time when it comes to you being a bad person, and especially when you're as young as I am, you should be able to just be like, well, I did a lot of this stuff when I was a literal child, so I should just be able to grow and learn. But for some reason, I just can't forgive myself for the things that I've done. And I tell people all the time, I'm not a good person, nowhere near a good person. I'm nobody anybody should look up to, nobody anybody should try to emulate. I'm nobody anybody should mimic. Um, Even you being here, I just I'm trying to get out of this slump, and I don't want to ever come back to this place in my life because I promised myself that I wouldn't. But here I am again. I built everything that has crumbled and fallen on top of me. But yeah, I want to do more with this channel, of course. That's going to be kind of like a I think that's what I'm just going to make this channel into, where I just kind of I do post the dream experiments series, and then every once in a while I'll do videos like this where I kind of just sit down and talk, or like I said in my last videos, if you saw them, um, clean with me, paint with me. If this gets any type of cult following, I would hope not. It's not that great. Interesting maybe, but not that great. Maybe if you guys like it, we can do like a an edit with me, or maybe if I reach like certain milestones, I can do something like where you guys can try and give me some type of, like, hey, I want to see this and I want to see that, and we can just have like a special to where maybe you guys send some stuff in if you want. If you want. But yeah, I'm just going to finish off the writing and planning process for the series, and then I'm gonna just practice my editing first. So I'm not gonna give you guys any timelines on when this is gonna come out because like I said, I'm not a great editor. I beefed the last video horridly. It was so bad. It was so bad. When that sound was not on the same level that I fucking thought it was, it broke my heart and it broke my spirit a little bit. But yeah, I will finish that process. Other than that, I might just post, like I said, I'll post videos like this of me just talking, paint with me, clean with me, pack with me maybe, because I don't know how all of this is going to stand. But, I might even do some tarot readings if you guys are into tarot or any spiritual stuff that you guys are into. I don't really care. Um, it's my channel. I'll do what I want with it. Whatever. But yeah, anyways, thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. I don't deserve the support. I don't deserve anybody staying here after me just not posting. Um, but hopefully this is the start of something a little bit better. I'm proud of you. Thanks for being here. If anybody told you today, I love you. Congratulations. You made it. Some people didn't. You're here. You're here. Um, Loud dog, gosh. But yeah. thank you for your time. Thank you for listening to me ramble. If you saw the last video, thanks for putting up with me. Just thank you. Thank you. And I, a loud dog. Like I said, I'm not a content creator. I don't want to be a big figure on here. This is kind of just like, it's like video diaries and little just series and things, because I do have some other ideas of things that I wanted to do. So yeah, I have a bunch of ideas. So dream experiment, that's, we're gonna redo it, rewrite it, whatever. And then I might do some more. I have some other stories that I've written. I just have to go find them. So maybe I can make something out of those. So we can really figure this out. Um, but yeah, thank you for your time. Thank you. I love you. Have a great day. And if you take anything away from me watching this video or just simply being here, and just try. Just try. Most of my life is just trying. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I've been trying for the past 2 months and nothing has worked. So just try. Yeah, failure comes and failure goes, and you may have situations where you're like me and everything is just overwhelming for you, but just try. And even if trying is you just being alive, that's enough. That's enough. There are some days where your best is literally you just existing, and that's okay. You're a very special person. You're one of the very few people who can be here at this moment in time with me. One of the very few people who are in this stage, and if nobody else sees you, I see. And thank you. I genuinely don't deserve it. But anyways, I love you. Peace out. Bye.